Justice Bersamin, Justice Reyes, Justice Villarama, and then Justice Reyes, if Justice Reyes will yield, and then finally, I will ask questions. Justice Bersamin.
Thank you, Chief. Counsel,
Yes, Your Honor.
you have no basic objection to the use of contraceptive drugs or supplies?
Basing on Section 12, Article 2, again, was a question, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
You have no basic objection to the use of contraceptive drugs and supplies? Because we are not talking yet about life as far as their use is concerned?
If Your Honor, please, if there's no fertilized ovum, if Your Honor, please, again, the mechanisms of action of a contraceptive are inseparable. You cannot separate them. So once you take a contraceptive, even if you say this is just for contraception, you cannot prevent, you cannot manipulate what's going on inside your body and say, after when a fertilized ovum is formed, then I will have to protect it. No, because a contraceptive has both contraceptive mechanisms of action, and if these contraceptive mechanisms of action fail, then the abortive mechanism automatically sets in. So right now, there's no hormonal contraceptive, according to medical journals, that has no abortive character, Your Honor.
What about spermicides? What are they?
Spermicides.
Spermicides.
Well, I would think that they're also
They are not
contraceptive.
hormonal contraceptives in your thinking.
I am not.
I'm just concentrating on sections 7 and 9
Yes, Your
of the
Honor.
law. I wanted to be assured that we understood each other. All the while we have been talking more about abortive patients. And you
Yes,
have made it very clear to me, at least, that an abortive patient, as defined by the law, refers only to a zygote. To prevent that zygote
Yes,
from being
yes.
implanted in the mother's uterus.
Or destroying that zygote.
Yes.
Yes.
Before the union of sperm and egg, do you factor that at all in your arguments? This afternoon?
Before the union of the egg and the sperm, there is no life yet.
There is no life.
So there's no life to be protected,
protected.
under Section 12.
So
yes.
you have no objection to condoms?
Not under Section 12.
Even
Article 2.
if there is already information that condoms sometimes have porosity?
Well, yes, Your Honor, there are scientific findings to that effect, Your Honor, but I am discussing here Section 12, Article 2, Your Honor. Yes,
All right.
and it's not, I have to admit, it's not an abortive patient, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, we talk about contraception, conception, that is your name, by the way,
Yes, Your Honor.
as the union of sperm and egg.
Yes,
Have we
Your Honor.
established at all, in science at least, how fast does the sperm travel to that union after the coitus?
I understand, Your Honor, that the sperm only lives for one day.
No, I was asking about the speed.
Yes. I'm not so sure, Your Honor,
You are
about
not
the
so
speed.
sure. All right. Since it is not possible for us at all to establish the physical time when the union between sperm and egg happens or occurs, okay? Have you surmised at all? How long? Surmised. How long, probably after the coitus, did that union happen? Is it in seconds, in moments, or a day or two?
I think a day or two, Your Honor.
A day or two, and by then the sperm shall have died along the way. Di ba? You said that the sperm can survive only for 24 hours?
One day.
Is that?
Is that? I'm not. I think that's a.
Well,
a
anyway,
lifetime of this.
I will not go into that further. Let me focus on Section 9.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't see anything objectionable to Section 9 because I think it is only about listing or delisting from the national formulary or the formulary system that this section adopts. But your opinion is otherwise. Why so?
If Your Honor, please, the second paragraph says, these products and supplies shall also be included in the regular purchase of essential medicines and supplies of all national hospitals.
Yes, but you omit the important parts of this section, that they are under supervision, that there is a warning against the abuse of these materials.
It says, provided further, the foregoing officers shall not purchase or acquire by any means emergency contraceptive pills, postcoital pills, or abortifacient that will be used for such purpose, and their other forms are equivalent. But the purpose is, Your Honor, our position is that these hormonal contraceptives are abortifacients. So, in the declaration of policy, the RH law says that it doesn't intend to legalize abortion or make abortion. But with this, it makes abortion possible because they're saying here that, in fact, they're admitting here, the law admits, in fact, that hormonal contraceptives are abortifacients, are abortifacients, and can be used as abortifacients. And despite that, Your Honor, there is still this mandate that they be included in the regular purchase of essential medicines, Your Honor.
But the first paragraph of Section 9 contains that particular part, which says they must have a certification from the FDA that said product and supply is made available on the condition that it is not to be used as an abortifacient. You do not trust government?
If Your Honor, please, our position is, how can government still monitor how the contraceptives will actually be used after they have already been distributed? So the FDA will just certify, but then after certifying and then the contraceptives are distributed, how is the government going to determine that these contraceptives are not, in fact, going to be used as abortifacients?
And then in the second paragraph, that is the one that you cited, the proviso, that the foregoing officers shall not purchase or acquire by any means emergency contraceptive pills, postcoital pills, abortifacients that will be used for such purpose, and their other forms or equivalent. You
Yes.
do not also trust the government to do this.
Well, again, this is an admission that these emergency contraceptive pills and postcoital pills are abortifacients. Why say, provided that they're not going to be used as abortifacients? In effect, this law says that there is an abortifacient character of emergency contraceptive pills and postcoital pills. So if we take into consideration an understanding of how the contraceptive works, which is that the three mechanisms of action are always together and cannot be separated, then this doesn't really make sense, Your Honor. Because if you recognize that this can be used as abortifacients, then why make it part of the regular purchase of essential medicines? And once these are distributed, there is no way that government can determine or will have any control over how these contraceptives are going to be used.
Okay.
So,
I will leave that. But I will go to Section 7, which is the other section or provision that is assigned to you for argument. I have been hearing you from time to time mention about this phrase, full range of modern family planning methods.
yes,
And I
yes,
noticed from the tone of your argument that you do not like this phrase. Why so?
it's a full range. So anything, any modern family planning method, and this necessarily will include hormonal contraceptives and intrauterine devices. When I say hormonal contraceptives, this include not just the pills, but the injectables, the implants, the patches.
But if you will read Section 12 of Article 2 of the Constitution, which you have been citing every now and then,
Yes.
you do realize that that section says that the right of the unborn and the right of the mother are equal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will you not, in that light,
Oh,
tolerate this provision, Section 7, even if it contains the phrase full range of modern family planning methods?
What's the question? I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Now, given that in that provision, Section 12 of Article 2, there is an equality between the right of the unborn and the right of the mother.
It says.
Will you not tolerate Section 7, even if it contains this phrase that you have been raising hell about this afternoon?
In effect, you're pitting the mother against the unborn.
No, I am not saying that. They have equality of rights. But supposing it is the mother that demands this full range of family, what is this? Full range of modern family planning methods. And it collides with the right of the unborn.
Yes, Your Honor. Because the mother doesn't have the right to, to not necessarily to kill, but to to expose the fertilized ovum to unnecessary risk, Your Honor, posed by the abortive character of the contraceptives. So the mother doesn't have the right, that right, Your Honor, and the mother doesn't have that choice. While, again, it's a right to life that's at stake here, which is more supreme, more fundamental than any private right of the mother to exercise her choice to, enjoy in sexual pleasure without any responsibility.
Well, anyway, I am done today. Thank you very much for your answers.
Thank you, Your Honor.